in reference to my recent video about where I mentioned emotional intelligence, emotional maturity. It's also called emotional intelligence. And in reference also to my recent videos about my theory of climate, I'd like to say that if a person becomes alarmed that their country is in danger and that there apparently is no defense from this particular kind of danger, like suppose an evil empire had so thoroughly infiltrated the United States that they had tremendous influence over public opinion through the media and through education and through strategically placed political operators such as the president, such as congressmen and senators. And at the same time, the public in general was so thoroughly entertained with trivial pursuits that there is no way that an individual citizen could reach the public, even though he had a certain amount of expertise in the use of video cameras, internet, websites, telephones. He could express his concerns to a world that wasn't listening and was controlled by these evil operators acting in the interests of this foreign entity, this evil empire, this alien non-US empire. Hypothetically, we could use the Soviet Union as an example. Keep in mind that if the used car lot down the street declares bankruptcy and says we're closing our doors, but the same owners of that business open up again later, maybe with a new name, it's basically the same outfit with a new name. And that's what the SVR is, I suspect. It's the old KGB. People were not aware that the KGB during the Cold War was mainly interested in subversion, infiltration, not mainly interested in espionage, even though they engaged in espionage, because being a backward, inefficient system economically and technically, with exceptions, they were not able to create the advanced technology that spontaneously arose in a free country motivated by the profit motive. So they were engaged in espionage to get secrets from us because they couldn't develop a washing machine on their own. They couldn't build a tractor on their own. I'm not putting them down. It's their system that was not working as effectively as ours, and our system has its faults and shortcomings as well. And so they had to steal technology secrets from us, even though I admit they're not inept, ignorant people, the Russians. And to show you how savvy they are, they chose, in my opinion, to use subversion, what they called active measures, to basically handle the people of the United States in the fashion of a puppet master handling a puppet. And they even they could turn the United States Central Intelligence Agency and the FBI and the Congress and the White House into puppets as well. I don't know to what extent, But I'm concerned that it is to a great extent that the KGB, SVR, whatever name, whatever name you choose to call them, was influencing and shaping opinions of people in the United States. Okay, why did I mention my reference to emotional maturity and my reference to climate theory? It can drive a person nearly insane trying to accomplish such a difficult goal as that of warning a sleepy, busy, distracted American public that there is probably, almost certainly, a hostile country trying to destroy and hinder and harm and weaken the United States of America, and the government authorities are unable, unequipped to deal with it or even recognize it. It can drive you insane trying to save the United States under such circumstances. But if you realize that the universe is so huge that our little neighborhood, stellar neighborhood, is a teeny tiny speck in a huge galaxy that's been here for billions of years. And if you begin to realize that the world that we see around us today arose spontaneously and randomly, without design and without purpose. On the one hand, that's a bummer. But on the other hand, it takes a load off your shoulders, freeing you up to act in a more reasonable, methodical, logical way without burning yourself out. If you realize that, you know what, it really doesn't matter if humanity disappears off this planet, much less if there's a change in government in one particular nation, even if it's your own. In the big picture, it really doesn't matter. And civilizations have come and gone, and of course, people that you've known have come and gone. If you're 50, 60 years old, you can think of a number of people who died and are on their way to being forgotten. Even if they were once the President of the United States, Lyndon Johnson, who cares what happened to him? Richard Nixon, who knows, who cares what happens to him? And eventually there will be, probably already, millions of people who don't even recognize the name Richard Nixon. Can't tell you who LBJ was or what he did or believed in or tried to do. So in this sense, in the big picture sense, it takes a load off your shoulder, realizing that, if you fail to save America, it's no big deal. It sounds cynical and it's a bummer, but that's the way it really is. And now that you know it's no big deal, you can conduct your life in a more reasonable way and not let this mission of saving the United States from the KGB destroy you.